Good afternoon. My name is Brian Makris. I'm here with Home Choice Lending, and today we're talking about another podcast of Grit Matters. And I have Paula, and she's local here, and I also have Karin here, and they're both locals here. And I want to, first of all, thank you for coming on today. It's nice to kind of get out. We get to see people again. COVID's kind of behind us. Nobody cares anymore.
Yeah.
And it's move on, party on, Wayne. So first of all, tell me a little bit about you guys. So Karin, let's start with you. Where are you from? How long have you been in the business? And tell me a little bit about yourself.
Sure. I'm born and raised in Manchester, New Hampshire.
All right here.
And yeah, I live in Hooksett now, but I've always been in the Manchester area. I've been in real estate for 30 years. This September will be my 30th year in the business. Yeah, crazy.
Yeah.
But I love it. Wouldn't do anything else.
Do you even still remember your very first transaction?
I do because, well, I remember my first transaction that was my listing, because I sold it myself, and it was a listing at Valley West Way, and it's a woman that used to be a realtor, and she gave me a chance because I literally looked like I was 15 years old. You know, I was 22, looked like 15, and she was like, "You're young and hungry, and I know you're going to do a good job for me."
Wow.
And I sold it at the open house to a renter in Valley West Way, and she still lives there now.
No kidding.
Yep.
That is
Pauline
awesome.
still lives there now. She's still on our mailing
30
list.
years
We stay in
ago.
touch with our clients.
Holy smokes, I guess 30 years later.
And I've seen her a few times in the 30 years, you know, just catching up and stuff, because we try to connect with our clients all the time. And yeah, she's still there and happy in Valley West Way.
No kidding. That's unbelievable.
Yeah.
And I also know that you took the extra steps and you got your broker license.
Yes.
How long ago did you do that? And I
So-
know that's additional training and a major test.
Yeah, I did that in 1994, so I was only
Oh,
2
wow.
years in the business when I did that. You had to be 2 years in the business, and as soon as I hit that 2-year mark, I went and got my broker's license.
Okay,
Yeah.
gotcha. Nice, awesome. So Paula, let's hear a little bit about your story.
So I moved to New Hampshire in 2012 with my family because of my husband's job, and was here a few years and decided as the kids were aging I needed to find something to do for myself, and dabbled in a few things, but ultimately ended up getting my license in 2015. Started at KW at Metro.
Yep.
And kind of formed a relationship with Karin and joined her team in 2019.
Yeah.
Something like that. Yeah. So, and it's been awesome.
It's been fun. And that
Yeah,
is that where the Realty Gals, is that where that was formed, or was that?
I had the Realty Gals before that. I had the Realty Gals before I went to Keller Williams, actually, and then kind of honed it a bit there. And when Paula came on the team, we went back to Remax, and we're increasing again now. We're looking for 2 more agents to come onto
Wow.
the team for this year.
All right, so that means you're hiring.
Absolutely.
Okay,
We're looking for
so-
2
Yeah.
great agents.
All right, perfect. And they can come right on. They'll be part of your team. They'll get the
Mm-hmm.
mentorship. You'll be able to help coach them with everything that happens in a transaction.
Absolutely, and
So-
all the leads, because we
Wow.
got all the leads.
So tell us a little bit about the advantage of having a team and how that can work, because mentorships are so important out there for people that are newer in the business. This is one of those advantages, being in the business for 30 years.
Absolutely, and the perspective that consumers are having about teams, they're starting to understand the advantage of that. When you bring an agent on, they're having the whole team working for them, and consumers see that advantage of having multiple agents working for them at the same price, the advantage of always having somebody that can respond, and for the agent, they can take a little time off and know that their team is there to cover for them. That's a huge thing too.
Yeah, because you can't be at a home inspection, writing an offer, going to do a counter offer on something without, your response is going to be so much better, so much more efficient as a team. And then there's certain things that you can, coach them all the way through. So I can definitely see the advantages of it.
Yeah.
And I think in the marketplace, I think the customers are realizing that, hey, if Karin is writing an offer, someone on the team can still get there. Paula's like, a team member, and you can get there and get that help and get involved.
And it's the experience of having the different perspectives. You really have to be a master negotiator right now to write a solid offer, and having different feedback from the agents on your team. That's transparent feedback, right? We're all working together. We all want everybody's deals to happen, and getting that input from other people can help you make a stronger offer for your buyers. And for consumers, again, they see that benefit of the different perspectives. We do bi-weekly team meetings. We talk about each listing, each buyer, and sometimes another team member can think of something that will help that seller or that buyer that others didn't think about, and we're just helping to move forward each transaction, each buyer, each seller as a team.
I love it. And
Yeah.
this has nothing to do really with what we're talking about, but earlier off camera, you guys make nicknames so that you can all know exactly.
Yeah.
Like you might have Montana Joe coming in.
Right.
Kansas City Mike coming into town.
Yeah.
So
And it gives you that little snapshot perspective of a little bit about the buyer and the seller, where they're coming from, and that little cute, nickname.
the little history behind them,
Yes.
or Tom with 4 kids, or
Yeah.
Missy with 5. I think it's really kind of cool.
Yeah.
And we do the same here as well. So it does kind of help us when we're sitting around and we're chatting with people. It does kind of be like, all right, I know which one you're talking about, because
Yeah.
there are, you could have 6 Joes in there, but if it's Joe Montana, you probably only have 1 coming from
Right.
Montana.
And it helps us move quickly through the conversation when I don't have to go back and say, you remember the client that's moving here from so-and-so.
Right. Montana Joe.
Yeah,
Yeah.
'cause time is just it moves very quickly for us, and we just need to get on to the next topic.
I love it. I absolutely love it. So when we talk about buyers here and systems in place and updates and progress and tracking, you guys do that as a team. It sounds like you are very in tune with a team meeting, and that is kind of where you bring up everybody on the date. We're still searching here if something hits and it's in this range, and that means you can be first in on these offers. You guys can really move and act quickly. and
Absolutely.
efficiently. Yeah,
We're available when the buyer needs us, as a team. Again, somebody's away or somebody's double booked on appointment, there's always somebody to cover. You need to write an offer and, somebody's busy, our admin can get that rolling. So by the time we get back in the offer's drafted and we're going through it. It's
love it.
terrific, yeah.
I love it.
Big time savers.
Now, let's talk about sellers for a second.
Yeah.
All right? Sellers right now, some of them are scared because they're like, where am I going to go? But we're lack of inventory. I think we were just looking at Manchester. There's 21 active listings, or 22, and a new one that you just found that you're going to show one of the buyers we're working with. But then, like, Merrimack has 6 listings, and Bedford has 9, and I think there's only 1 home under $1 million right now.
Yes, we have a great off-market listing in Merrimack, so this is a new program we're rolling out.
Okay.
And again, benefits of being on a team. We did 1,400 mailers last week to prospective sellers, off-market sellers from the past 3 years.
Love it.
Our database, our farm, and this is an off-market seller program that we're rolling out. People can go on our website to check it out, where we have buyers that have flexibility because they need to find a home. They're willing to wait. So sellers can sell their home and stay in the home for 4 to 6 months, and these buyers will stay in the game. They'll
love
either
it.
close and rent back or do a delayed closing. So great program we're
So
offering right now.
That's huge.
Yeah.
Okay? And the nice advantage there is when you're sitting there and you're talking with the seller, like, we're not going to have 35 people parade through your house this weekend. We're going to find 1 or 2. We're going to get top offers. We'll bring it to you, and then we can have all the flexibility of coordinating what's going to work perfect for the buyer and the seller.
Exactly.
Because both parties, and I always say this a million times, if everyone plays well in the sandbox, we get to the finish line, everyone's happy. But as soon as someone's in there and they're creating those challenges or those ripples in the ocean, it can get tricky. So off market, and you have some new properties that are hitting that right now nobody knows about.
Exactly, absolutely.
Okay, so call Karin, call Paula. There's
Yeah.
a huge opportunity right there.
Yeah.
So is this the time to list? No ifs, ands, or buts.
Oh, yeah.
If there's
Without
don't,
question.
Don't
Don't
wait
wait.
until the spring market.
Don't wait until the spring, because inventory will build and sellers will have less flexibility. I mean, sellers now can set their time frame of closing because people are willing to give them time and willing to wait on that closing or do a rent back. This is the time of year that sellers don't realize. Spring starts right after the Super Bowl for buyers, basically.
right.
And Super Bowl came late, so actually spring started early for buyers this
Yeah.
year.
Okay, so this is the time. Call.
Yeah.
Yes.
Call.
Yeah,
And
100%.
we've got plenty of time to do a consult, to look at the square footage, look at the comps. And you guys probably, because you work with so many buyers out there and sellers, you might already have somebody that's perfectly
Absolutely,
paired up.
yeah.
I love it. Agent advantage of teams.
Yep,
So-
this is huge.
Yeah,
You
let's
know-
talk about that, because I know it is.
A real structured team should be able to provide things for their agent. The number one thing they should be able to provide is free leads. So we have a great CRM program. Paula, how many buyers do you have cooking in that program right now?
That number changed. Too many. Too many for
one
agents
agent.
to handle.
Yeah.
And it's part of the reason why you said
It's
you're hiring. You've
crazy.
got leads, you've got people, which is
Yes.
the reason why you're hiring as
I
well.
think
Yes.
our list of active, ready-to-buy buyers right now is 20.
At least.
Yeah,
At least.
that. And you need that in this market because when there's only 3 homes coming on the market, if you're only working with 2 or 3 buyers, your odds of selling one of
Yeah.
those homes are slim. But when you're working with 20, 25 buyers that are hot buyers, your chances of selling those homes are much higher.
Yeah.
So you need a deep pool of serious buyers. And then I would say we probably have close to 400 or so buyer leads in our CRM right now, that
More
have
like
come through us through our
600.
SEO, 600?
Yeah, at least 600.
Yeah, so in sorting through those on a daily basis, seeing who's getting more active, who's looking at things, this is what
Communicating
Paula
with
does
them.
every morning.
I
Yeah,
love it. I
yeah.
love
It's
it.
a great program that we have, and even when I'm busy out in the field and I can't be, it's doing it for me.
I love it.
And then it's like, by the next day, I can just kind of regroup to see who's been most active and follow up on that communication.
And that's what your new team members will also help you
Yeah.
with that. So
Correct.
take a little off your plate.
Yeah. And, that's what a team should provide, that active CRM that's doing, web advertising. We have a whole social media manager. We get so many Google pay-per-clicks, so much web SEO that goes on in the background that I don't fully understand, but I pay for it. And then another thing we do as a team is I provide team functions for our clients. We do a Fisher Cat game, which you sponsored
Well, it's
last
funny,
year.
I was just about to drop this up here.
Yeah, this was
one
our
of-
painting event that we did here last year. It was terrific.
Yeah, you had 2 professional painters come in from Boston, Massachusetts.
Yeah.
And they set up this Muse painting night that or day, and I mean the room's packed. I mean,
Yeah.
Look in the bottom right hand corner. This was just a great fun event.
Terrific turnout. And
Yeah.
a couple weeks ago, we did our bowling event, which was annual except for that COVID year.
Right.
And we had an
We had
incredible turnout.
Surprisingly, because we didn't know with this new variant that had hit, if we'd have anybody, because now we're
Sure.
indoor, everybody was like a little nervous. I mean, we were packed out.
Yeah,
So
18 lanes.
Yeah, everybody's
Wow.
like ready to get out there and do things.
Wow. So that, and I remember Fisher Cats. That was a terrific.
Yep,
day.
Yeah.
and that's coming up this year. We
Yeah.
got the June 5th against the Pawtucket, what do they call it? The little Red Sox team. What are they called? Pawtucket
don't
Red
know.
Sox? No, that's
Yeah,
not it.
It might be.
Right? Sea Dogs.
Sea Dogs.
Pawtucket Sea Dogs. That's
There
who
you
they
go.
are. Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
So we
yeah.
have that for June 5th, Fisher Cat Stadium with the full barbecue and everything again.
Love it. I love it. Yeah, that was so much fun. So
Yeah.
that was an
I think
absolute
we'll have a
blast.
bigger turnout.
Yeah.
for that
Yeah,
one.
we had over
Yeah.
100 last year.
Yeah, we had just under 150.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, that's insane. I love it. Yeah, the whole little that you had the whole center field. That was
Yeah.
cool. Yeah, that was
It's
all
terrific.
Of us. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, these types of things are great for the community. They're also great because you do this with your past customers.
Right. This is how we stay in touch because Paula and I both like to work, so we're constantly busy. And then the time we're not working, we want to spend with family and friends. So to connect with our clients, having these 3 big events every year,
Yeah.
it just allows us to reconnect with our clients. It's great.
And you end up, I know both of you end up being friends with these for life. I mean, you mentioned that first transaction, and you're like, well, yeah, and you remember her name,
Yeah.
and it was 30 years ago. So, I mean, these types of events is nice, is to get them out. So if they're out there right now, and I'm going to put your contact info up here, but
Yeah.
if there's somebody out there and they're thinking about buying, thinking about selling, they're nervous, you guys are experts at this. You can coordinate that buy sell. You can do off market listings. You can get them in there, somebody to help work with them so they have suitable housing clauses, time to find a home.
Mm-hmm.
There's no hesitation. This is how they get you. Just give you a call and we'll go from there. Is that as simple as call Paula, call Karin?
That's it. Just start the conversation. We'll
Yeah.
take it from there.
And you guys are all over social media. I see you on Instagram. I see you on Facebook. I see you on TikTok. I've seen you on Twitter. So you guys are everywhere.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Anything here that for buyers that are on the fence, something we should just be like, you guys have got to do it. Pull the trigger. At the very least, call us and we'll help guide you. And you don't have to make a decision today. But
Yeah. Well, I think you have to start with a phone call, or an email or a text, and that usually leads us down the right path that works for that buyer. So it's a complicated market, and it's not for everyone, but at least you can come up with a plan and know how to communicate with them going forward. Maybe they're not ready now, maybe it's 6 months from now. Or, I mean, sometimes with certain buyers, they don't want to be in such competitive market, but then I'll let them know certain times of the year that are best for them to get into it and kind of keep in touch with them and then be like, okay, this is the time to jump in. Because there's always peaks and valleys. So, you know, that's what we're here for, to help.
So if
give them
they're
that guidance.
nervous, we can
Yep.
hold their hand all the way through the process and help guide
Yeah,
them.
absolutely.
Well, Karin, thank you so much for coming in today. And Paula, thank you so much for coming in today.
Thanks
I
for
know that
having
you
us.
guys have a great team and the insight
Oh,
and,
we have a
and all
great
the
team.
fun stuff that you guys do.
We have a great team.
So, and that's so important in today's market. So, call guys, everybody out there, wherever my camera is, call Paula, call Karin. They are out there. They understand the process. They can definitely help you get through the buying and selling in this tin market. So, thanks for coming in today.
Absolutely. Very good. Thanks, Brian.
Thank you, Brian.
You bet. Bye bye.